it exhibited a push away from the sun by some mysterious force because there was no evaporation, no cometary tail around it, no dust, no gas. So the question was, what is pushing it? For 70 years, we've been searching for radio signals.
It's moving at 130,000 miles per hour, a cosmic bullet too fast for our sun to capture. They named it 3I/ATLAS, the biggest interstellar object we've ever seen. But its incredible speed isn't what has scientists terrified. They fed its tracking data to a new quantum AI, expecting to find its origin star. Instead, the AI flagged its trajectory as artificial. It's making a series of impossibly close flybys of our planets, almost as if it's scanning them. And its journey here may have started when human history began. The visitor that defies chance. It's funny when you think about it. For decades, we've been staring out into the cosmos, listening for a signal, a whisper from the great beyond. But we were always looking for a sound, a radio wave. We never expected the message to arrive as a 7-mile-wide chunk of rock and ice moving with a purpose that seems to defy all logic. This is the story of 3I/ATLAS, the third confirmed interstellar object to visit our solar system. And it's a story that gets stranger and, frankly, more terrifying with every new piece of data. Discovered by the incredible Vera C. Rubin Observatory, 3I/ATLAS immediately stood out from the crowd. Its sheer size is mind-boggling. To put it in perspective, the famous first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, was about 0.2 miles long, maybe the size of a city block. The second one, Borisov, was around 0.6 miles wide, a respectable size. But 3I/ATLAS is a whopping 7 miles wide. That's the height of Mount Everest. It's an absolute giant, dwarfing everything that has come before. This isn't just a space rock. It's a moving mountain. It's hurtling toward our sun at nearly 130,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to travel from New York to Los Angeles in just over a minute. A speed so immense that our sun's gravity, the force that holds our entire solar system together, can't possibly capture it. This visitor is just passing through, a tourist on a cosmic road trip that will eventually take it back out into the blackness of interstellar space. Using NASA's infrared telescope facility, scientists got their first good look at what this cosmic mountain is made of. The snapshots revealed something incredible. It's teeming with water ice, carbon-rich minerals, and silicates. Get this, it also contains organic molecules, the very building blocks of life itself. But this wasn't just any water, it was chemically pristine. Models suggest this water could have frozen onto the object as far back as 7 billion years ago. That's long before our own planet, or even our sun, even existed. It's literally a piece of another solar system's nursery, a fossil from a time before time, carrying the ingredients for life through the cosmos. But it's not the object's composition that has scientists losing sleep. It's the path it's taking. This is where things get really weird. The trajectory is so unusual, it's practically a statistical impossibility. It's perfectly aligned with the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all the planets in our solar system orbit the sun. The probability of an object from another star system just happening to fall into this exact alignment is less than 0.2%. That's a statistical long shot, like hitting a hole-in-one from 1,000 miles away. But that's not all. As NASA scientists plotted its course, they noticed it was going to make incredibly close passes by several planets, almost like a sightseer. On October 3, 2025, it will fly a mere 18 million miles from Mars. Later, on March 16, 2026, it will pass just 33 million miles above Jupiter's colorful clouds. The chances of all these alignments happening naturally are astronomically low. It just doesn't add up. When the initial calculations seemed too strange to be true, NASA decided to bring in the big guns. They fed terabytes of tracking data from Atlas into one of Google's most sophisticated artificial intelligence systems, a next-generation quantum AI. They wanted the AI to run millions of simulations to find any possible natural origin for this bizarre path. The results that came back are what truly shocked everyone to their core. The Google AI confirmed the odds were even worse than they thought. There was less than a 1 in 20,000 chance for an interstellar object to have a trajectory that so closely hugs the inner planets. It's a flight path that looks less like a random tumble through space and more like a carefully planned, guided tour. Even more unsettling, the AI calculated that it's scheduled to reach its closest point to the Sun on October 29, 2025. On that exact day, Earth will be on the complete opposite side of the Sun, hiding the object in the Sun's blinding glare and preventing our best telescopes from getting a clear look. It's a coincidence that feels chillingly convenient, almost like a deliberate stealth maneuver. The AI didn't just crunch numbers, it flagged an anomaly, a pattern so unlikely it practically screamed design. The question was no longer if the path was strange, but why. This wasn't just a rock, it was behaving like something with a purpose. A hunter in the dark. When something in space doesn't make sense, one name inevitably comes up: Avi Loeb. He's the straight-talking professor of astrophysics from Harvard, who famously suggested that our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, might have been an alien spacecraft. He faced a lot of pushback for it, but he stood his ground. Now, with the arrival of 3I/ATLAS and the AI's shocking analysis of its trajectory, he's back. And his new theory is even more chilling. In a groundbreaking paper co-authored with his colleagues, Loeb lays out a disturbing case. He argues that the object's massive 7-mile-wide frame isn't just a natural feature, it could be camouflage. Think about it. A body that large could easily conceal sophisticated instruments, a technological core hidden beneath a veneer of rock and ice. It's the perfect Trojan horse, appearing as a natural comet while secretly being something far more advanced. It could sail right through our defenses, our planetary radar systems, and we'd be none the wiser, dismissing it as just another interesting space rock. Loeb then brings up the dark forest hypothesis. It's a terrifying concept in cosmology that tries to answer the question, where is everybody? The hypothesis suggests that the universe is like a dark forest at night. In this forest, every civilization is a silent hunter, and the first rule of survival is to never, ever reveal your position, because you don't know if you'll encounter another hunter who is peaceful or predatory. Announcing your presence is a potential invitation for your own destruction. It's a risky game you can only lose once. In this chilling scenario, 3I/ATLAS wouldn't be a friendly greeting. It would be a disguised probe, a silent scout sent to passively map our solar system, to eavesdrop on us without ever revealing its true nature or its origin. Its behavior fits the profile perfectly. The object's unusually high speed and its nearly retrograde inclination, meaning it's traveling against the general flow of traffic in our solar system, are pointed to as possible engineering choices, not cosmic coincidences. Why travel against the grain unless you have a specific destination in mind and want the most efficient path for observation? And then there's that improbable planetary tour. According to Loeb, the fact that its path swings so close to Mars and Jupiter is a massive red flag. He points out that while the chances are 1 in 20,000 for this to happen randomly, it's a 100% certainty if it was planned. It's the most efficient way to gather data on multiple worlds in a single pass. It's also incredibly suspicious that its closest approach to the Sun will hide it from Earth's view. Loeb suggests this could be a deliberate maneuver shielding the object and any smaller devices it might deploy towards Earth from our direct observation at a crucial moment. But here's where it gets even spookier. Loeb calculated that given its speed, 3I/ATLAS would have first entered the outer edges of our solar system about 8,000 years ago. The thing is, that's almost exactly the same time that humans on Earth first developed writing and began to formally record their own history. He doesn't say what that timing might mean, but the implication hangs heavy in the air. Was its arrival timed? Did it wait until it detected the first signs of organized intelligence, until it knew someone was home and was advanced enough to leave a record? While most experts are quick to dismiss these ideas, pointing out that the object appears to have a coma and dust jets like a regular comet, Loeb's collaborators note that key chemical signatures, like the gases cyanogen or diatomic carbon, are still missing from the spectrum. The book is far from closed on what this thing truly is. While most of the world sees a comet, Loeb sees a potential threat hiding in plain sight. To understand why he's so suspicious, you have to look back at the first visitor that started it all, a ship without an engine. The detection of 3 I/ATLAS, with its somewhat comet-like behavior, makes our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, seem even more alien than it did before. It's because while Atlas seems to be following some of the rules for being a comet, Oumuamua broke every single one of them. Its story is the reason scientists like Avi Loeb are so willing to consider extraordinary possibilities now. Back on October 19, 2017, astronomers in Hawaii spotted a faint streak of light moving faster than any space rock should. It was officially named Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout. They only had about 40 days to study it before it vanished forever into the void. And everything they found was just plain bizarre. First, its shape. Based on how its brightness fluctuated wildly every 7.3 hours, scientists concluded it had an extreme shape, at least 10 times longer than it was wide. Imagine something shaped like a giant cigar, or maybe a completely flat saucer tumbling end over end through space. No known natural process in the universe creates objects like that. Asteroids and comets are lumpy potato-shaped things. This was sleek and strange, but the biggest shocker was yet to come. As it flew past the sun, Oumuamua accelerated. It got a tiny but clearly measurable nudge of extra speed that wasn't caused by gravity. Normally, for a comet, that push would come from outgassing. When a comet gets close to the sun, its ice turns to gas and shoots out like a rocket jet, pushing it forward. But here's the problem. Every single telescope that looked at Oumuamua saw a perfectly clean trail. There was no dust, no gas, no coma, no tail. It was a ghost ship accelerating without any visible means of propulsion. This is the absolute core of the mystery. What was pushing it? Solar radiation pressure. The gentle push of sunlight itself was far too weak to give it that nudge. Unless the object was incredibly thin, like a sheet of paper with a huge surface area and very little mass. That sounds a lot less like a rock and a lot more like a solar sail, a piece of advanced technology designed to ride on starlight. NASA even pointed its Spitzer Space Telescope at the object, hoping to detect a heat signature that could explain the push. It found nothing. Just silence. In fact, Spitzer's data only deepened the mystery, revealing Oumuamua's surface was at least 10 times more reflective than a typical comet, suggesting it could even be made of a polished, shiny metal. This is what led Avi Loeb to propose his light sail theory. Of course, other scientists scrambled to find a natural explanation, leading to the dark comet theory. They suggested Oumuamua could be a chunk of solid hydrogen ice. As it neared the sun, the hydrogen would seep out as an invisible gas, providing thrust without any visible dust or trail. It's a neat theory, but Loeb and others remain unconvinced, arguing the physics for a hydrogen iceberg to survive a trip between stars just don't add up. And now, along comes 3 I/ATLAS. It's big, it's icy, and it seems to have a coma. It's behaving much more like a normal comet, and you know what? That's exactly what makes Oumuamua so much weirder in hindsight. If interstellar visitors are supposed to look like Atlas, then what in the world was Oumuamua? The new data makes the scout seem less like a fluke and more like something else entirely. It sharpens the question, was one a natural object and the other something artificial? This contrast puts us at a crossroads with a pattern of strangeness emerging from the dark, wild theories and what-ifs. When mainstream science hits a wall, that's when the internet takes over. The mysteries surrounding 3 I/ATLAS and Oumuamua have opened a floodgate of speculation online, with people connecting the dots in ways that are both fascinating and deeply unsettling. While professional scientists have to remain cautious, thousands of curious minds are exploring possibilities that are far more out there. One of the most popular theories floating around forums and social media is that 3 I/ATLAS is an instrument of directed panspermia. The idea of panspermia, that life spreads between planets on asteroids, has been around for a while, but directed panspermia is different. It suggests an advanced civilization is intentionally seeding the galaxy with life. The evidence people point to is obvious. The object is confirmed to be carrying pristine water and the organic molecules necessary for life. Its path, A grand tour that brings it close to potentially habitable worlds like Mars looks like a perfect delivery route. Could this 7-mile-wide comet be a cosmic gardener, sprinkling the seeds of life on promising new worlds? Another wild theory that's gaining traction is that we're not looking at an active probe, but a dead sentinel. Imagine an ancient alien civilization that, millions of years ago, sent out countless probes to explore the galaxy. These probes, like 3I/ATLAS, were designed to be self-sufficient, following a pre-programmed flight path to survey interesting solar systems. What if the civilization that built them is long gone, but their technology isn't? 3I/ATLAS could be a derelict, a ghost ship still executing its final mission, its creators turned to dust eons ago. That would explain its comet-like appearance and its robotic, unswerving path. It's not hiding, it's just following a program. Then there's a more philosophical and perhaps more frightening idea: the Great Filter Test. The Great Filter is a concept that suggests there's some barrier that prevents civilizations from becoming interstellar. Maybe it's war, or climate change, or something we can't even imagine. This theory proposes that objects like Oumuamua and 3I/ATLAS are part of that filter. They are a test. They appear in a developing civilization's sky, exhibiting characteristics that are just on the edge of believable. An advanced, unified species would investigate it with everything they have. A fractured, primitive species might ignore it, dismiss it, or fight amongst themselves about it. Its appearance might be a cosmic doorbell, and how we answer, or if we answer at all, determines our future. These theories might sound like science fiction, but the thing is, they fit some of the strange facts better than the simple, "it's just a weird comet" explanation. The pieces are all there: the impossible path, the convenient hiding spot behind the sun, the life-giving ingredients, and the precedent set by the unexplainable Oumuamua. But what if all this speculation is missing the most obvious down-to-earth truth? Are we missing the obvious? We're left with two visitors from the void and two wildly different yet equally bizarre stories. It's a real head-scratcher, the kind of mystery that keeps you up at night. On one hand, you have 3I/ATLAS, a 7-mile-wide giant on a statistically impossible grand tour of our solar system. Its path is so precise, so perfectly aligned with our planets, that a powerful quantum AI flagged it as potentially designed, like a computer catching a loaded dice roll in a cosmic casino. On the other hand, you have the ghost of Oumuamua, a bizarrely shaped metallic-looking object that hit the gas and accelerated without any reason, behaving more like a piece of technology than a simple rock. One looks like a comet but acts like a probe. The other didn't look like a comet and didn't act like one either. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When things like this happen, we are told to trust the simplest explanation. It's a principle called Occam's razor. The idea is that you shouldn't invent complicated theories when a simple one will do. The simple explanation here is that it's all just a coincidence. That 3I/ATLAS is just a normal, albeit very large, comet on an extremely lucky 1-in-a-million path. And that Oumuamua was just a strange but natural dark comet made of something we've never seen before. And, you know, maybe that's true. It's certainly the most comfortable explanation. It lets us all sleep a little better at night, assured that the universe is random and we're alone. But what if it's not? What if the simplest explanation isn't the right one? The thing is, these aren't small, insignificant details we're talking about. A 1 in 20,000 trajectory isn't just a lucky shot. It's a cosmic bullseye. An object accelerating with no visible engine isn't just an oddity. It's a direct challenge to what we thought we knew about physics. Now, you might be sitting there thinking this all sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. And you're right, it does. But the data doesn't come from a movie script. It comes from NASA, from the European Space Agency, from university observatories all over the world. The AI analysis came from Google. These are serious institutions looking at baffling data. Are we really supposed to believe that the first two interstellar objects we get a good, close look at are both record-breaking, 1 in a billion freaks of nature? What are the odds of that? At some point, coincidence starts to look a lot like a pattern, and that's the real question we're facing. If it is a pattern, what is it trying to tell us? Is it a pattern of exploration by a curious intelligence? Is it a series of probes sent to check in on the solar system that suddenly started sending out radio waves? Or is it something more passive, like ancient derelict technology still following a billion-year-old mission? Is it possible we are missing a key detail in all of this? Is our desire to find a natural, non-threatening explanation blinding us to the truth that's right in front of our faces? Scientists are already planning missions like Project Lyra, an ambitious plan to launch a high-speed probe that could chase down the next one of these objects to see it up close, to finally get some answers. But that's decades away. Right now, all we have is the data, and the data is telling us a story that's very, very hard to swallow. We're staring at two pieces of a puzzle that just don't fit with anything we know, and the clock is ticking. 3i/ATLAS is here right now on its final approach before it uses our own sun as a shield to disappear from view. We might not get another chance like this for 1,000 years. Is it all just a series of cosmic coincidences? Or are we refusing to see a message being sent? Let us know your thoughts below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.